but it could just as easily.
Coming up next on the news channel, an apparent stray bullet finds the target, a teenager. A bad week for stray gunfire in Kentucky.
And Hamilton licensing in the bridge, just one hot topic in tonight's debate in southern Indiana. That's next.
These violent delights have violent ends.
A 26-year-old writer may have created the most brilliant story of love and violence of our time.
What a villain!
Leonardo DiCaprio, Claire Danes, Romeo and Juliet. Rated PG-13. November 1st, only in theaters.
Subway bakes my bread up fresh, and that's my way. My way.
It's back! The A1 Steak and Cheese from Subway, smothered with original A1 steak sauce. Plus, your choice of garden fresh veggies. And for a limited time, you can get the A1 Steak and Cheese meal deal. That means you get a 6-inch sub, a bag of chips, and a 21-ounce drink for just $3.99.
Subway, my way. Subway.
Hurry in for Subway's A1 Steak and Cheese meal deal, only $3.99.
What do you think?
What the Bravada thinks. Divert torque to adjust wheel velocities.
With its exclusive Smart Track system, the Bravada automatically to push or levers to pull. You can let it do the thinking.
Oh no. Marbles?
Ross Perot will end taxation as we know it, terminating the IRS and insisting that taxes cannot be increased until approved by the people in a federal election when Congress and the president are running. No taxation without representation. Vote for Perot.
I have a vice. Cheese soup. I know, full of fat. But this new chicken Alfredo soup from Healthy Choice, tender chicken, rich cheesy sauce, only 3 grams of fat. Healthy Choice. Just say no? No way.
You've never seen this in our cough drop before. Advanced vapor action. A new patented formula. A feeling that reaches higher and penetrates deeper for our most soothing feeling of relief ever. Now you know just what to look for. New improved halls. More power to soothe. ABC Monday. They say he's a bad kid.
Kick his sorry self out.
She says he's misunderstood.
I see hope in those dead eyes.
But if he isn't stopped,
Big said he's gonna kill me.
someone will get hurt.
It's just murder, man. All God's creatures do it.
A compelling episode.
It's your fault.
Dangerous Minds.
I'm Jeff Lifson. Coming up next on the news channel, a missing man, a family waits, and the FBI hunts. Plus, stopping the riverboat in Harrison County. The opposition is down to its last card, and a one-word weather forecast, wetter.
Dodge Stratus and Dodge Ram have just received the prestigious J.D. Power & Associates Appeal Award. Stratus tied for most appealing entry midsize car, and Ram receiving the award for the second year in a row as most appealing full-size pickup. The Appeal Award comes from the most knowledgeable automotive experts of all, consumers. Frankly, we're tickled. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
We send them off to school, and we worry. Teenage drug use has doubled since 1992. And Bill Clinton, he cut the White House drug office 83%. His own Surgeon General even considered legalizing drugs. And in front of our children on MTV, the president himself.
If you had to do over again, would you inhale? Sure, if I could. I tried before.
Bill Clinton, he just doesn't get it. But we do.
This is Kentuckiana's 24-hour news channel, WHAS 11. Live at 11, from the leader in television news, Donna Lacey, Jeff Lipson, and Beth Andrews. This is Kentuckiana's news channel, WHAS 11.
A teenager is shot. and witnesses say the shooter is nowhere to be seen. Police blame a stray bullet.
All the victims, as they are our victims, state is that they just heard a loud pop, and that's all we know at this time.
Good evening, I'm Jeff Lifson.
And I'm Donna Lacey. The strange shooting happened just at dinner time around 7 o'clock tonight in South Louisville. Louisville police aren't exactly sure what happened. They are still investigating tonight. But what is certain is that a 16-year-old is in the hospital shot in the legs. This garage is where police say the 16-year-old was shot. 3 others in the garage tell police a bullet came out of nowhere.
They state that they heard a loud pop, and that all of a sudden the young man standing inside sitting inside the chair, started complaining of pain. At that time, they picked him up, took him into the kitchen, and discovered that he had an exit wound.
The 16-year-old boy was rushed to Kosir Children's Hospital, shot through both legs. Officer Brim held the bullet that did the damage. It apparently went in one of the kid's legs and came out the other.
It could have severed an artery or something like that. It could have very well been a fatality if everything didn't go just right for him.
Police say the boy was visiting his Uncle Billy Klein, who lives in the house on Norton Avenue. Police don't have any suspects, but the shooter will face assault and wanton endangerment charges.
A man crushed when a car he was working on fell on him remains in surgery at this hour. Brian Betchy was working underneath a car when somehow the car pinned him to the ground. The accident happened at about 5 o'clock. The man is in stable condition right now. Emergency workers say the man couldn't breathe because the car was on his chest.
The bridge, jobs, and education, all topics tonight between 2 people who want to represent Southern Indiana's 9th Congressional District.
I made the point that I'm a moderate, that I'm an independent, that I'm a centrist, that I work in a bipartisan way.
That's Democrat incumbent Lee Hamilton. He faced off with Republican rival Gene Lysing in Indiana University Southeast tonight. Hamilton argued his record will get him reelected, but Lysing painted Hamilton as a big government liberal. She did agree with Hamilton on one thing. They both feel the next bridge over the Ohio should be in East Jefferson County. This is Lysing's second run for congressional office against Lee Hamilton. Well, tonight there's a new poll out on the presidential race, and it doesn't look good for Bob Dole.
The latest ABC News tracking poll shows Dole has not gained at all on the president since Labor Day. President Clinton still has a 12-point lead. Some analysts say there's little chance that Dole can turn things around by Election Day. The polls are wrong. Bob Dole is right. That's the theme of the Dole-Kemp campaign these days, with a banner pledge of trust behind him. Bob Dole talked about his tax and drug plans tonight in Delaware. Dole charged the White House of selling out to overseas interests by taking campaign contributions from Indonesia. He called for campaign finance reform, saying people who don't live in America should not donate to American political campaigns.
I like to celebrate, scream, and shout, but it's not over yet. It's a long way from over.
President Clinton, sounding confident, urges his supporters to vote, but he also took some heat in New Jersey today. A heckler, the vice presidential candidate from the Workers' World Party, shouted at the president, calling him a rich man's candidate. You'll hear the president campaign in Kentucky this week. President Clinton will be in Lexington a week from today. Also this week, Bob Dole's wife, Elizabeth Dole, will be in Owensboro and Louisville on Tuesday. You want to stay with the News Channel for complete election coverage as both parties try to get your vote.
The News Channel has learned that the case of a little girl hurt on a ride at Kentucky Kingdom will not be going to court. The crash of the Starchaser happened in 1994. Since then, depositions taken in the case reveal that a key component on the ride wasn't being used at the time of the crash. Doug Prophet has more in this special Prophet Report update.
The case of Mary Noonan, the little girl who doctors say was seriously hurt after a crash on Kentucky Kingdom's Starchaser roller coaster, will not be going to court. The News Channel has learned that the family accepted Kentucky Kingdom's settlement a few months ago. The terms are unknown. Back in May, a Prophet Report investigation found new information that had surfaced in depositions regarding that case. As we said in May, our stories then focused solely on Starchaser and no other aspect of Kentucky Kingdom. Noonan's crash occurred after her car slammed into another car high up on the ride. That happened after the 2 cars went up the track at the very same time, something that was not supposed to happen. Key testimony on this came from Kentucky Kingdom's own technical services manager, Tom Pardue. He testified that a dispatch motor brake was not being used by the park. Quote,
We didn't feel confident in the brake's reliability. We felt like a better system would be the use of the loading operator to dispatch cars from that point, from the loading brake, instead of from the dispatch tire. Pardue was then asked by the Noonan's attorney about that decision. Quote, "So with the original dispatch system brake activated, the accident sequence involving Mary Noonan could not have occurred, correct?" Pardue's answer, "If everything was operational, that's correct." In some of our stories, we said Pardue used the words remove the brake and disabled the brake. His exact words were, the dispatch motor brake was not used. Records of Kentucky Kingdom made in the days after the crash also state that a brake was wired in, and those records identify a brake disc as one part used in the work performed by Kentucky Kingdom. The park specifically denies the ride had maintenance problems. And we told you about the manufacturer of Starchaser, a company called Schwarzkopf in Germany. We found their name from Kentucky Kingdom's documents after the park tried to reach them after the crash. We said they had been in business for about 40 years. Kentucky Kingdom and Wieland Schwarzkopf say the original company went out of business in 1983. The company we talked to in our series, called Wieland Schwarzkopf, was started by a son, has been in business 12 years, and is essentially the same roller coaster business, according to the parts manager of the company who spoke with us in our investigation. About him, his name is Frank Buschjäger.
Your information.
And he spoke to us after we faxed him the very same technical letter Kentucky Kingdom sent the Wieland Schwarzkopf company after the crash. The park says his description of the dispatch motor brake was mistaken. At one point in our series, he called it a reducing brake and said it was 6 meters long. We are attempting to clarify any confusion that could have arisen in our conversation with Mr. Buschjäger, who is German. And finally, Kentucky Kingdom brought to our attention, after our report, that one of the former employees we interviewed, Doug Young, is a relative of Mary Noonan's. He stands by his written statement about Starchaser that we showed you in our report. But had we known of his relationship with Noonan ahead of time, we would have told you that. For now, Mary Noonan will not endure the rigors of a trial. She continues to recover from her injuries.
Starchaser was removed from Kentucky Kingdom and sold to a New York amusement park last winter. Kentucky Kingdom attorney Gailey Gillum says the ride was sold because the park was able to sell it at a profit and reinvest the money back into Kentucky Kingdom.
A plane lands belly up in heavy wind and rain, but was it the weather that caused the plane to bump across the runway? New details from New York coming up next.
Then bundle up tonight. The temperatures dip again. The forecast next.
The news on Kentuckiana's news channel WHAS 11 is sponsored by HealthWise, the #1 ranked HMO in the South.
Your health plan is about caring for the most important people in your life. That's why HealthWise has spent 10 years growing to meet all your health care needs. With the security of a network of respected doctors and hospitals, sharing resources and knowledge to bring you the most advanced care and give you the choices you deserve. That's why a national survey rated HealthWise the #1 plan in Kentucky. HealthWise of Kentucky, a United Healthcare company.
They call it Golfgate. As mayor of Indianapolis, Steve Goldsmith gave out no-bid contracts to run city courses, but an investigation found state bidding laws broken. When a whistleblower exposed dismal city management, taxpayers had to pay him $300,000. Worse, after getting no-bid deals, contractors raised $29,000 for Goldsmith's campaign. The press called it ethically dubious. Steve Goldsmith, city mismanagement, money from contractors. How can we trust him to be governor?
This new car is powered by Dodge's 3.5-liter V6, has a four-wheel independent suspension, and quick ratio steering, which make it a perfect choice at the Skip Barber Pro Series. Or, if you prefer, it's available in this 5-seater as well. The new Dodge Intrepid Sport. This changes everything. See your friendly Dodge dealer today and get up to $1,000 cash savings on Intrepid.
This announcement doesn't need a lot of hype or hoopla, or even a logo. After all, news like this can come from only one source. A place where lower prices are an everyday thing. And you know who that is. But just in case. Sorry, we couldn't resist just a little hoopla.
Here's what's coming to Kentuckiana's News Channel in November. Making the decision on who to vote for is tough. Deciding who to watch election night is easy. Complete coverage of Vote 96. Barry Burnson mingles with the people on Main Street, Kentucky. Julie Koenig plays the name game. Over-the-counter medicine. Which works best? Brand name or generic? Plus, what happens to a car when a train smashes into it? You'll see it in November on WHAS 11. You're watching live coverage you can count on. Kentuckiana's News Channel, WHAS 11.
Tonight, federal investigators released new information in that Delta plane mishap. It happened at New York's LaGuardia Airport last night. Crews removed the crippled plane from the runway just today. The feds say this plane flew so low to the runway it clipped the approach lights as it landed. They also say the landing gear was sheared off by a concrete wall at the start of the runway. There were only minor injuries.
Coming up a little later in sports, hitting dingers while they dodge raindrops at the World Series tonight.
In Kentuckiana, not a raindrop in sight on this crisp, clear night. Will we be able to say that in a few days? Chris's Storm Team forecast is next.
It's time to play the Kentucky Lottery. Hi, everybody. I'm Chip Holston. Tonight's winning Pick 3 number is 277. Once again, tonight's winning Pick 3 number is 277. Joanne?
Hi, I'm Joanne Wolfson. Tonight's winning Pick 4 number is 4283. That's 4283. Good night and good luck from the Kentucky Lottery.
Steve Bashir's latest Hong Kong ad is so wrong, it's goofy. Just a few of Senator McConnell's accomplishments. Saving a Kentucky town from disaster. Intervening to protect the school lunch program. Helping Kentucky families save for college. Voting to increase Medicare $2,000 more for each senior. And just recently, creating Kentucky's first ever wildlife refuge. And the list goes on and on. Mitch McConnell. Courage and independence for Kentucky, not Hong Kong.
Which pickup, do you suppose, has the most powerful gasoline engine, the most powerful diesel, the most cab room, the most available towing, the most available payload, better resale value than Ford, Chevy, or GMC? If you guessed Dodge Ram, you hit it right on the nose. Dodge Ram. The rules have changed.
Not while I'm here, Mr. Gingrich. Not while I'm here, Mr. Gingrich.
Not while I'm here, Mr. Gingrich.
Instead of discussing issues, Mike Ward wants to pick a fight with Newt Gingrich. Well, I don't agree with everything Gingrich says either, but I'm not going to waste time in Congress on partisan infighting. We need a different approach. To be effective in Congress, you need a calm voice, a cool head, and most of all, the courage to be independent. I've been that kind of legislator. I'll be that kind of congressman.
Your gas comes to $14. Sorry.
Sorry, no personal checks.
We take that.
What? The one card.
Oh, yeah, the one card.
Hey, I should use this more often.
The one card from Bank One. Looks like a credit card, works like a check.
Kentuckiana's most trusted source for weather, meteorologist Chuck Taylor, Ken Schultz, Beth Andrews, Reed Yates, and Chris Phillips. The WHAS 11 Storm Team.
What a great clear Sunday night, just the way I like them. Our little weather front that swept through here on Friday morning, bringing us lots of rain, isn't quite finished yet. The cold front's washed out to sea, but the low that's wrapped around it is still wrapped up pretty tight. It's pounding parts of the East Coast. Let's put this into motion for you. Look at the huge rotation. This is not the hurricane. It's nearly as big, but it's not quite as powerful. Doesn't have the water, and oh yeah, it's over land. This is a low system, the one that's pounding Boston today. It dumped about 6 inches of New York rain yesterday, and it's continuing quite a bit. Some of this moisture is washing back into our area. Another system is trying to send us some moisture, but high pressure is keeping us very high and dry right around here. We had a great weekend. Well, you know, if you discount the Friday part with all that rain. But a great weekend around here, and our temperature right now a very comfortable 49 degrees. Relative humidity at 71%. Winds are south at 3. They'll be kicking around tomorrow a little bit, and pressure is steady. Our high temperature today, 65 degrees. 35 degrees for a low. In fact, our low is 1 degree higher than the low in Jacksonville, Florida. Very cold in the Panhandle overnight, so you might as well stay here. We've got the color of the seasons, and how about this? No rain today. No rain for at least one more day. Tomorrow we're going to warm things up just a little bit. In case you don't like these 50s for highs and 60s, we'll get you up in the low 70s tomorrow. It'll be a comfortable day. 80s hang down at the Gulf land. Back to the west, though, we have some cool stuff coming in. This is coming in along with another cold front. This is going to be our weather maker. In about one more day, it's going to be a snow maker for folks in the Dakotas. I'm not quite ready for that, so we're going to have high pressure in. Plenty of sunshine, a very comfortable day tomorrow. We'll be stuck between two systems and see rain approaching from the west. The rain stuck on the east coast one more day. It's going to afford us a very nice day and at least a decent start to the week. Here's your forecast right now from the Storm Team. We're going to see partly cloudy skies overnight. Temperatures dropping down to 43 degrees. For tomorrow, temps rebound nicely under partly sunny skies. Our high tomorrow, 73 degrees. And for tomorrow night, some rain in the picture. Overnight low of 48. It looks like rain is a sure bet for Tuesday. Wrapping up on Wednesday when that cold front comes through. Well, it's fall time. It's not summer. The cold fronts really cool us off now. We'll see temps dropping down to highs in the 50 once again. How about that?
Not bad.
Not
the
bad.
70s will make Monday bearable.
Well, you know, we'll start to bounce back and forth. Some warm highs and some cool ones. And then, hello, November.
Plunging.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chris. Well, game one of the World Series. The weather holds and the Yankees fold.
The home field advantage for New York turns into the homer field advantage for the Braves. Sports is next.
The #1 supermarket in America is saving you money like never before. For 1 week only, Kroger is having an incredible 25% off sale. Selected pork items are 25% off. Frito-Lay bag snacks, 25% off. All Stouffer's Red Box entrees, 25% off. All Cheerios cereal, 25% off. Plus, pork loin combo packs are just $1.29 a pound. Kroger, the low price leader.
I think a Walmart MasterCard sounds fantastic.
Walmart has a credit card? Absolutely. We've done the Walmart card the Walmart way.
It's just a credit card with low interest. It's simple. A fixed low interest rate is perfect.
And with the holidays coming, I could really use this card. It's a Walmart card, but you can use it wherever they take MasterCard.
You can't always pay it off at the end of the month, so of course, low interest rate helps enormously.
We've always tried to save people money, and this is just one more way to do it.
Call now for your no annual fee Walmart MasterCard from Chase.
I'm so surprised that we didn't offer this card years ago. We should be ashamed of ourselves.
Dave Carter once played a round of golf in 2 hours and 6 minutes. He made it from home to work in 11 minutes and 10 seconds. One day he raced from the net to the baseline in 1.5 seconds. And then he sprained his ankle. Dave doesn't like to waste time, so he went to Emergency Care Express at Baptist East. It's open from 11 to 11, 7 days a week, and they'll have you in and out in about an hour. Is that a record? Emergency Care Express at Baptist Hospital East. The less you wait, the less it hurts.
The secret's out. Have you heard? Everybody's spreading the word.
The secret's out. The taste of Arby's new chicken bacon and Swiss puts ordinary chicken sandwiches to shame. It starts with Arby's marinated and seasoned whole breast filet, our special recipe so it's extra tender and juicy. Plus our own thick cut peppered bacon and rich honey mustard.
The secret's out.
You can't beat Arby's new chicken bacon and Swiss. Try it and taste why it's better out here.
It's clear that Republicans Ann Northup and Newt Gingrich want to roll back the clock, back to the days of polluted rivers and streams. As a longtime state legislator, Ann Northup wanted to grant immunity to polluters, and she tried to weaken pollution laws. Republican Ann Northup has promised to support the Gingrich budget, which would gut our environmental laws. Not Mike Ward. He shares our values. Mike Ward will protect Kentucky's environment. He'll vote against Newt Gingrich.
Now, WHAS 11 Sports, live with Kerry Kinsey.
Long drive into left field.
Braves. The Braves scalp the Yankees in Game 1 of the series. Hello, I'm Kerry Kinsey. A ferocious storm unleashed its fury on New England yesterday, postponing the first game of the World Series. Tonight, the storm on the diamond wore Atlanta jerseys. Braves and Yankees in Game 1 of the Fall Classic. And hey, get out of here. Atlanta's Andrew Jones crushes this Andy Pettitte offering. The Braves knock the Yankee ace out of the game after he gives up 7 runs in just 2 1/3 innings, just like that. Calvin Martin, he is gone. Touchdown, pokes, 60 yards. Dallas wins in a thriller, 32-28 over Atlanta. Dolphins and Eagles at Philadelphia. Miami could not stop the passing combo of Ty Detmer to Irving Fryer. There's one of them. They did that 4 times today. Fryer finished with 116 yards receiving as Philadelphia beats Miami 35-28. But first, let's take a look at the top 10 college teams in the land, according to the Associated Press.
Football will be a lot like life. There's ups, there's downs. You got to pick yourself up. You're going to get knocked down on the field. You're going to get knocked down later on in life. And if the young man that comes back 10 years down the line, he puts his arm around me and says, "Thanks, coach, for helping me make it," I'll feel satisfied.
I've dedicated my career to public integrity, prosecuted more officials for unethical conduct than anyone in state history. Now O'Bannon resorts to attacking my character. I've never made a decision based on who gives contributions. The truth is, with competitive bidding for contracts, we've rooted out political patronage, making government smaller, more efficient, and saving $230 million. Ignore O'Bannon's outrageous attacks. Look at the differences between us on the real issues.
It's outrageous. Mitch McConnell launched another misleading attack, proving again if anybody's running a dirty campaign, it's McConnell. As our former Attorney General, Steve Bashir's been tough on crime. He fought to end parole for violent criminals, and it was Bashir who passed a law to protect rape victims. It's McConnell who voted against the Violence Against Women Act, against 100,000 more cops, against safe and drug-free schools.
Mitch, you should be ashamed. Thank goodness we have Steve Bashir.
It's the October sale at Lazarus with store-wide savings for you, your family, and your home. Don't miss the store-wide October sale going on now, only at Lazarus.
Surprised they're running this hard.
Welcome back. Ricky Rudd avoids a late pit stop and wins the AC Delco 400 at the North Carolina Motor Speedway. Rudd stayed ahead while other leaders were in the pits. It was Rudd's first win since last October. Terry Labonte finishes third and grabs the Winston Cup points lead from Jeff Gordon. He's 32 points ahead following Gordon's 12th place finish today. Tiger Woods took advantage of a late disqualification to win the PGA's Disney Classic near Orlando. Woods and Taylor Smith were at 21 under par through regulation. Woods has earned about $750,000 in 7 pro events. Congratulations, Tiger. Let's check out Kerry's Crazy Clips. These off-road racers are something else. Let's ride with these guys on that same crash. Soccer fans across the seas are very fanatical. And all of this is going on before the game starts. And U of L guard Alvin Sims has something to smile about. Check out his red and black braces. What do you call that?
This is my own edition.
Teammate Damian Dantzler has this to say about Alvin's railroad tracks.
No comment. I can't say nothing about that.
They're pretty bad.
I don't know. Looks like to me, he's a fan. That shows he knows his colors. It would look real bad if it was blue and white. What you think?
No comment.
And without a doubt, here's the hit of the week. Shelby County's Matt Casey is leveled by North Hardin's Terrence Johnson. We'll see you next week on Kerry's Crazy Clips. Wow.
That's the kind that you hope your mom is yelling duck from the stands and...
No comment.
No comment.
But they've been a team for more than 25 years now.
So what makes their marriage work? We'll ask these folks who are celebrating their anniversary next.
Sports on Kentuckiana's news channel, WHAS 11, is sponsored by Alternative Health. You need the alternative. Alternative Health.
How good is your health insurance? You need the alternative. Alternative Health. How good is your health insurance? You need the alternative. Alternative Health.
This announcement doesn't need a lot of hype or hoopla. After all, news like this can come from only one source, and you know who that is. But just in case. Sorry, we couldn't resist just a little hoopla.
Winn-Dixie discount snacks 10% every day.
Hold on, Christy. Winn-Dixie's now discounting snacks 15%. That's 15% off every day.
And that's good because some people can't stop at one chip. I can't stop at one bag. Help yourself, I got a whole bathtub full.
When we sent Ron Lewis to Congress, he never forgot where he came from or who sent him. On the Agriculture Committee, Ron Lewis was a leader in the fight to get government off the backs of our farmers. Defying those who would scare our seniors, he's worked to save Medicare from bankruptcy and to let seniors keep more of what they earn. From making student loans more available to helping small business create more jobs. He's listening and working every day for Kentucky families. Effective, honest. Ron Lewis for Congress.
We send them off to school, and we worry. Teenage drug use has doubled since 1992. And Bill Clinton, he cut the White House drug office 83%. His own Surgeon General even considered legalizing drugs. And in front of our children on MTV, the president himself.
If you had to do it over again, would you inhale? Sure, if I could. I tried before.
Bill Clinton, he just doesn't get it. But we do.
How does a couple stay married for 50 years? You could ask any of the folks celebrating their golden anniversary today at the Cathedral of the Assumption. This afternoon, the cathedral hosted its annual wedding anniversary mass. Couples married from 25 to over 60 years renewed their vows. And this year, a record number of husbands and wives celebrated their 50th anniversary at the mass. That's because World War II ended 50 years ago, and many folks were anxious to get married right away.
I knew him when I was about 13, but he didn't pay any attention much. And when he came back, I was grown up. And then he sort of took a little eye. I was 18 by that time.
And the rest is history. The golden couples we talked to stress the importance of give and take for long marriages and lots of cooperation. Take that advice to heart.
And prayer and forgiveness and a whole bunch of other things.
Not a lot of heavy objects to throw around, too.
Well, they had a great day for that, and a pretty good day in store tomorrow. Cooling off a little bit tonight. Tomorrow, plenty of sunshine, 73 degrees. And next Sunday at 2 a.m., we lose daylight savings time and fall back.
All right, we'll worry about that when we get there, Chris.
People like it, Donna.
Thank you. Thanks for watching.
What's this election about for Kentucky?
It's about learning.
Dole wants to eliminate the Department of Education.
It's about jobs.
Dole tried to block higher minimum wage for 180,000 Kentuckians.
It's about economy.
Dole's risky tax scheme would raise taxes on $9 million.
It's about family.
Dole opposed 100,000 more police, tried to cut Medicare 500,000 Kentuckians rely on.
It's all about winning elections.
Actually, Mr. Dole, it's about Kentucky's future.
Monday, got up, got a shower, drove to work, played Cash 5, won $100,000. Tuesday.
If you're one of those people who stick to a routine,
Played Cash 5, won $100,000.
you can play the Kentucky Lottery's Cash 5 days a week and just match 5 of 35 for $100,000.
Friday, got up, got a shower, drove to
Cash 5 from the Kentucky Lottery. Somebody's gonna win. Might as well be you.
Shame on you, Ron Lewis. You let us down in the fight against crime by voting for endless death row appeals. You voted against more prison beds and against more cops on the street. To you and Newt Gingrich, it's all just a political game. To Joe Wright, it's a matter of justice. He fought for Kentucky's toughest death penalty laws and believes criminals should be forced to actually serve out their sentence. Joe Wright for Congress, because we deserve better.
Real Life Hauntings begins Wednesday on Louisville Tonight Live.
To me, the most important thing for our kids' future is a good education. That's why, as governor, I'm going to put Indiana schools first. We'll start by getting drugs and violence out and parents and discipline back in. We'll cut the bureaucracy 40% and put that money into teaching our kids. We'll raise academic standards and put more computers in the classroom. If we want our kids to have the best opportunities, we need to give them better schools. As your governor, that's exactly what I'll do.
It's today's cool taste. Cert's Cool Mint Drops. 2 mints in one. Cool mint taste, plus an active breath-freshening ingredient, Retsin. Treat your breath to Cool Mint Drops, only from Cert's.
Pressure and stress, they can bring on acid indigestion. You need powerful relief. Rolaids can absorb 47% more acid than regular Tums, and it works fast. When life puts the screws to you, Rolaids spells relief.
For ordinary pain, I take an ordinary pain reliever. But for all the pain of my period, I take Maximum Pain Relief Pamprin. I'll start with one medicine for pain, but Pamprin adds a second, plus a medicine for bloating. Pamprin is period relief that's more complete.
Arthritis, bursitis, aches and pains, you need new Flexall Ultra Plus. Flexall Ultra Plus has 3 clinically confirmed pain relievers for ultra-fast, ultra-strong, ultra-long relief. New Flexall Ultra Plus, more relief for more kinds of pain.
Steve Bashir's latest Hong Kong ad is so wrong, it's goofy. Just a few of Senator McConnell's accomplishments. Saving a Kentucky town from disaster. Intervening to protect the school lunch program. Helping Kentucky families save for college. Voting to increase Medicare $2,000 more for each senior. And just recently, creating Kentucky's first ever wildlife refuge. And the list goes on and on. Mitch McConnell. Courage and independence for Kentucky, not Hong Kong.
Need a new frame to print for your home or office? Framing Express offers 400 styles, 2-day service, and low prices. That's why they call us Framing Express.
Monday, his house was too big, his too little. So what do neighbors do? They trade and move. Later in the week, you've heard of haunted houses, but how about ghosts on a corner or spirits in jail? Real life hauntings. Plus, you don't have to act to get these Halloween costumes. Louisville Tonight Live. Weeknights at 7:30 on WHAS 11.